7, 9, 25. Hey everyone, welcome to Kats Creations Live on Friday night. I have been so off today, I kept thinking today was Sunday, and I was like, I'm prepping for my private group. And then I was talking to Gail earlier, and Gail was like, oh, I'm at Hobby Lobby. I'm like, how can you be at Hobby Lobby? They're closed on Sunday. And she's like, it's Friday. I was like, oh, yeah, it is Friday. So welcome to the public group. We are going to be making a Easter wreath. So right now, no Valentine's, no St. Patrick's Day. We're all kind of done with that. Number one, because Valentine's Day, even though it's 6 days away, even if you made something and sold it tonight, odds are of you getting it there by February 14th is going to be slim, especially if you're shipping from one coast to the other. So St. Patrick's Day, you need to be wrapping that up, and then full focus right now on spring and Easter, and then we're going to make the transition to summer, Memorial Day, stuff like that. So Easter today. When I did these Easter wreaths last year, I made them in almost every single color combination, and every time I listed them, they sold out. So, and I've already checked the availability on Craft Outlet for the bunny heads. Some have hats, some don't have hats. If you don't want the hat, you can cut the hat off. This one did not come with a hat, and he was in that Easter stuff from that yard storage unit sale. Yeah. So, but I did double check them because I know you guys are going to ask about availability, where you get them. Craft Outlet has them, but the only color I think they come in right now is orange. All the other colors are sold out for this season, which kind of tells you the availability is kind of...
but I would say keep checking, because they're still getting shipments in. They're just... It
just says out for this season, which means that odds are of them getting them in by Easter is probably going to be slim to none. But check other avenues. Look on Amazon, look at Walmart, look at the Wreath Shop, and then there's a couple others that you can try to find the bunnies in. So,
yep.
Obviously we have people.
Yeah, there. Libby, Audrey, Teresa, Angela, Jane, Rhonda, Joanne, Donna, Shirley, Scarlett, I said Sandra already, Venus, Marty, Mary, Toby, Sharon, Gail, Bev, Sharon, Julia, Faith, Becky, and Peggy.
So Steve's waving to you guys, but you can't see that because he's back there in the background reading these off. He's like, hey everybody, and I'm like, they can't see you. So we are going back to basics a little bit to give you some overall techniques that are easy.
They saw me wave.
Oh, no they didn't.
Yeah, I could put the little wave icon.
Okay, whatever. So we're going back to basics. Obviously, working with the bunny head, he is that natural sisal that kind of feels like straw. He has his green bow tie. So I tied this in with green, the burlaps, the creams, and then trying to find another color that kind of plays off of green. Didn't really want to go pink, didn't really want to go purple or blue, so I chose a neutral color, even though it's not really a neutral, but yellow and green look good together. So we're gonna do, those are the color palettes of beige cream, green, and yellow. So we're gonna start with the burlap and cream from Craft Outlet. These are 10-inch Deco mesh rolls cut to 15-inch pieces, and we're gonna be doing the ruffle technique to create our base. And the one thing that I wanted to really reiterate, even though this is going on our second year, is basics. If you don't have a good base down for your wreath, anything else that you throw on top of it is just gonna look because there's not enough of a base to support that. So you don't want to skimp on your base materials. Now keep in mind, if you want to use a Walmart base or like a Michaels or a lower grade base material, but you're going to put other deco mesh on top, or you're going to be using a lot of embellishment and ribbons, you can kind of get away with that, but you have to have the techniques down. You can't just like throw your deco mesh on there and hope it's going to look okay. So 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame for me I have them done in the colors of yellow and green because it's going to help me when I get ready to lay in my ribbon choices.
And your curls.
Yeah, and my curls to know which ones am I going to alternate or toggle, or even for my florals. It's going to help me remember put them every other pipe cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and finish wiring this. So those of you that have seen me do this for a while, you already know. But for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, number one, welcome. Let us know where you're from. We'll try to plug you into a wreathing community close to you so you can get that community one-on-one support, if possible. And then we're off and running.
Yep.
So,
and hi new gals, or hi gals just jumping on. Appreciate it.
So, what
Julie, Melody.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, Dollar Tree wreath frames have 4 rails. Number one, these are great starter wreaths because when you work your way up to a work rate, those you're looking at $5 to $7 for an actual frame. This is keeping our costs low. You can use Dollar Tree pipe cleaners. You get a bag or a container full of them for, I don't know, there's 25 or 50. So for $1, and then the frame is $1, it keeps your costs low. If you can keep your materials costs low to start, when you're just starting out, that makes it easy for you to, number one, find buyers, and then you're not outpricing yourself. But it's just a good place to start. So on the Dollar Tree, we're going to take the 2 innermost rings, and we're going to take our pipe cleaner and wire 2 together. And the reason why I do this is so it doesn't slip around the wreath form or the rail, so these stay static in position. So again, I'm just toggling them. So I have 6 on the 2 innermost rails, and then I'm gonna have a total of 12 on the outer 2 rails.
Yep, for 18 total.
Yeah, for a grand total of 18.
Yep. Julie had a question, said, have y'all had problems with the pipe cleaners from Craft Outlet breaking?
I don't
really
get I don't get my my pipe cleaners from Craft Outlet. I get them from Hobby Lobby.
And they are thick.
And
they are good.
Yeah.
We've never had a problem with them breaking.
And the ones I'm using tonight came from Shinoda, which is a wholesale warehouse, and they come in boxes of 100. And they're just my bunny. But they come in boxes of 100 in any color you could possibly imagine.
But they are also thick.
And they are super thick. These
sturdy.
are thicker than Hobby Lobby's. So I'm always trying to find places for a lot of people that are just starting out in the wreath community. They're not going to be buying from Craft Outlet or from wholesalers until they're well on their way to creating their wreaths.
Yep.
So keeping things accessible and affordable for you without having to meet like exorbitant shipping prices. Michael's has really good pipe cleaners. Trying to think of what else. If you get into the metallics, that's where it has a tendency of getting a little on the thin side because you're using more of a tinsel pipe cleaner instead of the Chanel stone.
We have purchased pipe cleaners somewhere else. I can't remember where, and they were really thin. We didn't order them online. I don't know where we got them from, but we did.
I don't know.
So yes, Hobby Lobby is very sturdy pipe cleaners.
Yes. So these are all cut to 15 inches. So we're going to start off by the ruffle technique, which is just taking your number one, with the burlap, you cannot cut it with a wood burning tool because it contains the natural cotton and simulated burlap fibers. It's not real burlap, it's a burlap. I don't even know.
Like a burlap.
It's just like
it's a poly burlap, so it's fake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fake so that you're not having to worry about inhaling fibers and all that stuff.
Yep.
So with this, you have to cut it with a rotary cutter. I would not recommend using scissors because it's a little harder to keep your edges as clean as possible, and that's where the ravel occurs, is anywhere you have a cut edge. So you have a finished edge on the top and the bottom, and so when we get ready to ruffle and lay these in, there is a method to it. It's not just take the ruffle and just throw it on a wreath wherever it'll fit. We want to take the finished edges, and we want to make sure that the finished edge goes towards the inside and to the bottom because that's where most of the play is going to occur. So we want that finished so it doesn't unravel. So you take it and you just kind of flatten it out. We're going to roll against the curl. And you're gonna start in the middle and you're just going to walk your fingers up through your Deco mesh, and you either get what's called a bow tie, a scrunch, but it's a ruffle. And then we're gonna take these and we're gonna lay these in every single one of the 18 pipe cleaners. So I start on the inside, and then I generally just work my way around going top to bottom. And you're just gonna twist them in there like 1 or 2 times. As soon as I get this unraveled around my pipe cleaner, because these ones are really thick.
Hi gals, just joining in. Thank you, Darlene. She said, hi, Kat and Steve, sharing your post.
Yes, this is the public group, so you feel free to share. It's easier to find on your page than for you to go back and try to find this in about a week. Even though we try to post the most recent one to the top, if people are posting on here anyway, it just kind of gets shuffled to the bottom. So it's easier to find them that way. So as you can see, I put the finished edge to the inside and the finished edge to the outside. The cut edges are on the sides.
Oh, thank you, Isabel. She said, hi, Kat and Steve here from Pennsylvania. Always catch you on YouTube.
Oh.
God blessings. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And then
yeah.
Lenore said she was talking to her hubby. What size did you cut them at?
15 inches.
So the ruffles are cut to 15 inches?
The ruffles are cut to 15 inches because I need a good solid base because, yeah, I need some thickness.
And the curls are cut to 10?
Yeah, when we get to the curls, they will be cut to 10. So we're staying with the ruffles. Steve's already like jumping ahead. I'm like, not there yet. Everything's already pre-cut, so you don't have to watch me cut anything. Although I was telling Steve, I think I'm gonna do like a 30-minute preview on the prep, so if people want to watch me do the prep work, do the wood burning, cut the ribbons, cut everything, if that's like your thing before Fridays, like maybe around 4, we'll do like a pre-prep so you can see me putting everything together and design process.
There's a lot of gals up in the cold area. Springfield, Mass,
yeah.
Minnesota, Ohio, Illinois.
Stay warm.
Stay warm out there.
Yeah, Steve just got back from Massachusetts, right?
Boston. Well, Woburn.
Boston.
Woburn.
Yes, he was
or
up
Woburn,
there.
I guess they call it.
Woburn?
Woburn.
Woburn?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see I'm just giving them one full twist. And I just keep going up and down. Like the next one that I come to will be the very next one that gets ruffled, whether it's an upper or a lower.
Yep. Oh, hi Roxanne. She said, hi, first time watching from Iowa. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Feel free to share this so it'll tag it to your page.
Yeah, especially for first time wreath makers, you're like, oh, this is going to be a really good tutorial. I want to find this later. Yep. You can also find me on YouTube because on Friday nights we take all the Friday night tutorials and we post them to the YouTube page, which is KatsCreationsNMore. So you can find us there, and sometimes it's easier to find on YouTube than trying to find on my Facebook page.
Yep. Cheryl said it was terribly windy and cold air in Michigan today.
Really?
Yeah.
What is
2
cold?
degrees with the wind chill.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's probably like depends on how heavy the winds are.
Yeah. Tracy said, just missed you, Steve. Would have loved to meet you in person. I didn't realize you must be up there by Woburn.
Yeah, I think, well, Gail says she's going to be traveling up there for family next month, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Because she said in Woburn too, I guess, or right around there.
So Steve is traveling. Next week he's going to be in North Carolina, around what, the Cary area?
Cary Rally.
Yeah. So that's where he's going to be. And when do you come back? You leave Monday and you come back Friday?
Friday.
Yeah. So.
Unfortunately.
He came back last night though. He was able to get an early flight out. So it was kind of cool. Although he did sit in traffic because our traffic was really bad last night on our major thoroughfare up from what we call the high desert to everywhere else down the hill.
Yep, and it has warmed up for us. It's a little bit warmer, although it was cold today, huh?
It's always been cold.
Yeah.
So
not like back east cold.
Yeah, we can't complain. We're not complaining. We can't even compare. So if your deco mesh is like closer to the end of the roll, it's going to kind of fight you a little bit because obviously it's been in there. It's had some weight pushed on it. So if you want to take something heavy and set it on top so that you can go ahead and keep your ruffles together. Like this one is really to the inside roll. So you can just kind of take it, I take my scissors, and I just kind of put it at one end, and then just pull your burlap towards you.
So the base ruffles, let me ask again, the base ruffles are cut to 15 inches?
Yes, because I want a thick base. I was debating if I wanted to do poof, but I was like, you know what, let's go back to basics with ruffles, because that is the easiest technique to do. And then we'll work our way up from there.
So I'm going to try to pronounce this right. Sarome.
Okay.
It's Sarome. It said, love you, Kat. I've been following you for a while now. I love all your amazing creativity and wreath videos.
Thank you. We're trying to keep it fresh in the wreathing community. I think, God, when I first started, there was only like, I think 3 different wreath techniques. And last year we kind of blew the doors off and found all kinds of stuff. So next Friday, we're going to do something fun. We are going to take it all the way down to budget wreaths. Wreaths that you can make that the materials costs are under $15. So I will get a materials list out for those of you that want to co-create with us, and then you can have all your materials. You can purchase them at any of your craft stores like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, Walmart, trying to think of where else, Target, any of your local hobby stores. So we're just going to make something fun.
Judy said, I love watching you. I just turned 70 and would like to retire and work on my crafting and sewing as a business. That's awesome, Judy.
Yeah, we'd love to help you do that. And a lot of people in our private group are retirees that are looking to supplement their income through what they make and what they create. There's some people who just want to do it to learn, and they're just going to make them for family and friends.
Yeah, if you're going to do it as a hobby / just small business, it's never too late to start. She asked, is it too late to start? It's never too late.
Never, ever.
So,
I was trying to think of who our oldest is.
Susan asked, are you putting a ruffle in each pipe cleaner?
Yes.
Yes.
I am. So one in each, finished edges to the top or to the inside and the bottom. So I'm not laying them sideways, they're going up and down. Yeah, vertically.
Yeah, Judy said, Judy Russell, glad you're feeling better to be on tonight. Still praying for you.
Thank you. I am actually having a really good day because I'm trying really hard to stay on the medication. So it's just ibuprofen, 600 milligrams of ibuprofen. What is it? 3 times a day has really helped. So that's the way I can function without being drugged.
Julie said, Kat, you make the most beautiful wreaths. Love them.
Thank you.
Janet said, covered in ice in Michigan.
Oh, poor thing. Stay warm.
Kathy said, my nephew lives in Fuquay, which is right next to Cary.
Oh, okay.
She said she was there this last weekend.
Wow.
And then Jonda Chapman says, first time watcher, loving this. Welcome, Jonda. Just let us know where you live, what city and state.
Absolutely. So, like I said, for me, I'm trying to keep things real. So, I'm trying to always make sure that I'm not picking my materials from places that most people can't find. I try to do some of the research ahead of time and figure out, okay, well, if they're sold out of it on this site, can you find it anywhere else? Use Google. Google's going to be your basic best friend. It's my best friend to try to find supplies, especially when they're sold out. So, like the Sisal bunny, trying to think where else would I look. I would just do a Google search on him and put a search for a Sisal Easter rabbit head, I guess, is how I would go.
Cheryl asked, is it regular mesh? It's a poly burlap.
Yeah.
Poly burlap.
This is a super, super soft mesh, and I love using this when you're going to go with a more natural look, and especially using the natural fibers on the rabbit. It just made sense. I could have gone with the white. The white would have looked really good as a base.
Yep.
And you could have just thrown down a 21-inch Walmart basic white Deco mesh. Because you guys know me, I love Walmart Deco mesh.
And this color is it's a staple color. It's available pretty much most of the time. The cream and the beige.
So this is something you want to make sure you have in your inventory.
Yep.
Especially if you're starting off, you can get the big bold cream and white, and then they also have one that's just the beige with thin little white lines in it. Those make really good natural bases. So this is what it looks like, just with the base built. You can still see the wreath frame. That's okay because we're going to continue to build on it. But now if you look, it doesn't really have the hole in the middle because that's where our rabbit head is going to rest. So he's going to be laying here in the middle with his bow tie, and then we're gonna add a bunch of embellishments. But before we do that, we're gonna add in Deco mesh curls, and this is white. It's yellow with white cotton in it. And then also, because I used my last little bit on the roll, it's this apple moss green. And both of these you can order at Craft Outlet. I order from Craft Outlet online because their quality of their Deco mesh is amazing. Even if you buy their basic value Deco mesh, which doesn't have either the foil in it or the natural fibers in it, it's still a really good quality Deco mesh. So we are going to be doing...
And Kathy Knapp said the Craft Outlet has the bunny heads.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I just looked before we went live.
Did you?
They have orange, but like the blue, the pink, and green were all sold out.
Yeah.
So,
Kathy or some of the gals, can you go back on Craft Outlet and let us know what colors it shows available?
yeah, because before we went live, I double checked,
Yeah.
and they were out.
Deborah said try eBay too for the bunny head. Yeah, but you're going to pay probably more on eBay.
You know, if you really need one and you want one, I think I want to say they were retail $6.95, but I think Craft Outlet has some of them on sale for $4.95. So, and if you don't want the hat, cut the hat off so you don't have to deal with the hat. But we're going to be putting in 2 curls in each one of the pipe cleaners. These are cut, it's 10-inch Deco mesh cut to 10-inch pieces. And on both of these, I was able to use the wood burning tool. And what that does is it seals and cauterizes my edges so that it reduces the amount of fraying that we have. And then of course, when you go to curl them, you're containing at least one of the edges inside the curl so that you only have the outside one you're dealing with. Now I take my Bodabra and I put them in sets of 3 because it's really easy for me to just grab a set, put them in, grab a set, put them in, but I can get a total of 3 sets. And it's like, it's a perfect holder. But if you don't have a Bodabra, you can use chip clips, you can use clothespins, things like that to hold your curls.
Yeah, I found another woman that was close to her. Her name was Robin.
Oh, really?
Robin Welsh, yeah.
Good. That's exactly what we need.
Julie said they have blue and orange.
Blue and orange. So that's really good. So if you like this look, and you can do it with the same thing, you know, if you're gonna go on Craft Outlet and purchase the bunny head, look for your basic, I think they call it natural poly jute burlap, I think is what it comes out to. Oh, I'm not ruffling or curling. And order your Deco mesh to go with it.
Rhonda, I'm kind of skipping back up, but Rhonda Butler said, Kat, do you feel that the wreath industry is saturated? If we are just beginning, do we stand a chance of making a business out of it?
Yep, I don't think it's the reason why it feels saturated to others as wreath makers is because that's all we're looking at. If you talk to anybody else in any other industry, they don't know who the top wreath makers are because that's all we're focusing on. You could say, is wrestling oversaturated? Are there too many pro wrestling shows? But it's like, we don't think so because maybe we only watch one wrestling show or whatever, but it's not oversaturated. I think you just have to be able to put in the blood, sweat, and tears that it's gonna take. And it's not just a matter of making a great wreath, it's the marketing that goes along with it. It's making sure you're doing all the things right so that you can turn it into a business.
Yeah, you can't just make a wreath and stick it up on one site and not and think that it's going to sell. You got to market it.
You gotta market like crazy.
You gotta do the 5 points technique. You gotta have like 5 different points of sale. You know, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Etsy, anywhere you can.
And that's stuff that we get into in our business classes is how to take your hobby into a business. And we're gonna restart that back up again. I'm trying to figure out, do I wanna go completely back to basics, which I think I have to. And then I think I'm gonna do one a little bit later for people that, okay, we're already in it, show us something else. So it's gonna kind of evolve over time. So we're taking the curls, we're adding 2 of these to each one of our pipe cleaners. I'm not reopening them, they're long enough. I'm just gonna take them, I crisscross them. So this way I have a green and a yellow on one side, and then on the bottom, they're opposites. So I don't have just green and yellow. So I'm just mixing them.
Denise said she just ordered a blue rabbit and orange rabbit. That's awesome.
Good job.
Kathy, the twist ties or pipe cleaners we buy are always usually from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
They're very sturdy, they're very thick, and you can get a lot. They have a ton of pipe cleaners.
Yeah, usually what I buy at Hobby Lobby, because they come in,
140?
I think 140, is I'll buy the beige, white, and black. Those are my basics. And then I might come in and pick up like a spring pack or a base color, like your primary colors, just to have them. But good for you guys finding the rabbits. These are gonna do really, really well. So.
Terry said, are your videos still being posted to YouTube?
Yes.
Yes, sometimes we don't get to it right away.
They are. For the last couple Friday nights, we've had challenges with the internet, right? And it just started buffering, and then one of our videos just kind of pixelated out, and I didn't really want to post that on YouTube because you guys know YouTube community will comment like crazy and go, why'd you bother posting this video if it's poor quality?
2 weeks in a row where we
pixelated videos.
And we completely dropped the video. It just crashed on us.
And had to start over again.
And you can't really put a part 1 and a part 2. You should
could, but it's too difficult to do that.
Yeah.
So I think what we're gonna do is look at what we hosted during those 2 and then just make one and then just put it on YouTube to cover that technique that we did, like it was the Valentine's Day heart rag wreath.
Yep.
So we've got to throw that one back up in there.
Hi Brenda, hi Denise, hi Cheryl. Robin asked, how much are your classes?
The private group is $17 a month. And what you get is you get access to the entire private group library that we've had going since February of last year. So anything that we did in the private group are all accessible there. You get the materials list for the Friday night lives and the Sundays, so you don't have to worry about writing down links or item numbers or where did you buy that, because I post the materials list in there that contains everything. Cut, 18, 15-inch pieces of this particular, the cream and the white, or not cream and white, the burlap and white.
Yep.
So then all you do, it's like a shopping list. If you like it, you take the stuff down and the links are already there. So.
And then you also have on Etsy, you have private classes that you can actually get on somebody with, right? That's a private class. How much per hour?
Oh, the coaching classes?
Yeah, coaching classes.
Yeah, I think we have coaching classes in there for people who need a one-on-one and don't want to do it in a group setting. Mm-hmm. Those are available as well. Let me bend over and pick up all my Deco mesh rolls that fell.
Hi Sheila, hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, I know.
Right, you said she was really sick.
So, and then I'm trying to think of what else do you get. Okay, private group people, remind me, what else do you guys get? Discounts from Personally Yours on Etsy, Jane's Front Door Decor, affordable wreath signs. Yep. If you want to get started with
perpetual ribbon.
Yes, perpetual ribbon, which is where we got the solid green ribbon tonight. Came from Bobby's shop. So, I'm trying to think of what else. Yep. Business classes on everything from Etsy to Pinterest to Instagram to Facebook, how to do Facebook Lives. God, I'm trying to think. What?
I don't want to change the subject because it sometimes gets you off.
Oh, go
on a
ahead.
tangent.
I'll remember.
Denise asked, what color of the polyjute burlap would I get for the orange rabbit? You'd still get the beige base,
I would
right?
still get, yeah, I would still get this, and then I would get like a metallic, look for this, like in the search window for craft outlet, put orange metallic Deco mesh, and then you can look, it'll pull up variations of all the different color oranges that they have available, and then just pick one that you like.
Maybe another green too, right?
Yeah, you could go green and then orange.
Yeah.
Since
because the top of the carrot is green, right? The stem, so yeah.
The top of the what?
The top of the stem of a carrot is green, and,
yeah.
and they have the plaid. It's kind of like an orange and green and yellow ribbon.
Yes.
I think, right?
Well, it's orange and blue. Orange and blue and white. It's like a coral color. So Hobby Lobby does sell the different color plaids. So while you're there and shopping and looking for your Deco mesh, just look at the ribbon and see what kind of ribbon is available. The 1.5 inch will always be the most challenging to find because everybody buys 1.5 inch.
Yep.
So don't forget to use Michael's and Joann's. Trying to think of where else. Hobby Lobby. So you're really looking for ribbon that is in 10-yard lengths, which is 30 feet. Hobby Lobby, this one was 18 feet, but this is $5.99. And then we know that when Hobby Lobby does their ribbons, every other week it's 50% off.
Yeah.
So
yep.
that's when you get the savings. So it's $3 a roll, and it makes it easier to buy too.
Kathy, we were not on Friday, right? We were not on last Friday. We were driving back from Modesto. I don't think we were on Friday.
Yes, we were.
Were we?
Maybe. I don't know. Now you're making me look that one up. Wow. I have to look that one up.
Yeah,
I could have sworn.
Gary said during my live last night, Facebook kicked him randomly off, so it's happening more and more.
Right, and that's where we're trying really hard to do like a hard line right into our internet provider. That's where we hopefully don't have any issues with the buffering and getting kicked out. But Facebook's always evolving, so you just got to be ready for anything.
Cheryl, she used her standard favorite kind of Dollar Tree 14-inch wreath form.
Yep, pipe cleaners.
Yep, and then the bunny is the standard, it's a 24-inch bunny, and that's from the bottom of the bow to the tip
top
of the tail.
his ears. That's how they measured him.
Right.
Because I was like, holy cow, who wants a 24-inch rabbit?
Right. So I mean, typically, if you take the bottom and push it up, it's really only 18 inches or 20 inches.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And then Robin, which asked about the classes, said, so $17 a month, and do you get help learning to market?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So because all of my videos are already on there, you can automatically start with like the beginner class. We have, I think, 2 or 3 ribbon classes. We have one that's called Back to Basics, which explains to you everything in the wreath making industry, like what's a work frame wreath, where would you purchase those, why would you use them, why would you not use them. I think that was almost a 2-hour video where we really just pulled everything out of my little toolbox and I went over everything that as a basic stuff you should have, like Dollar Tree scissors. Betty Crocker scissors cost no more than $1. Go into Dollar Tree, purchase 5 of them. They'll last you pretty much the whole year. So, and that's good for cutting all those thick wired ribbon without dulling your really good fabric shears.
Yep.
Cutting mat, you need a cutting mat because this helps you with all of your measurements for cutting ribbon, for cutting your Deco mesh.
They have the large ones at Walmart you can get for about $30 to $35.
Yeah, that's where I bought mine, was Walmart.
Yep.
And it's 2-sided, so it has a dark gray with the lighter.
Yep.
And then we like this one, or you guys like this one because you can see better.
Oh, sorry, Denise. She asked if it was 21-inch jute poly burlap. No, it's a standard 10.
10, yeah. Just to do this one, it's easier because, like I said, tonight's class was almost taking it back to basics with the ruffle and then the curl. And the curl, if you have a problem with the curl, just fold the very beginning one. Obviously, the closer you get to the center, the more natural it's going to curl, like this versus, I don't have a really, like this. So they're kind of tighter, so these work to your advantage more when you're doing curls. But to curl them from the beginning, just fold the first like inch over, starting on the outside, and then roll it, and as you get it going, just move your hands back to the center. And don't worry if it kind of uncurls, that's okay. You're not gonna be able to do anything about that to keep the ends in.
Yep. Kathy said, have you made any poly burlap flowers?
I have.
So, what size wreath form do you use?
Poly burlap flowers. Well, we did a poly burlap. Was it poly? Yeah, we did the sunflower. We did that African.
About the smaller ones, right?
What do you mean?
The poly burlap ones.
Poly burlap. I think it would almost be like this. Or are you talking more of the plastic? Because with the plastic ones, those ones are tough because you can't wood burning tool on them. So they're going to unravel quite a bit, but that's just the nature of wreaths. I want to say yes, we have.
Angela said she's so upset. I guess Pat Catan's is closing.
It's closing, yes.
They had so many great wreath signs and things, so a lot of people say just get there and go get your mesh if they're closing.
Exactly. You probably get a really good deal, but then it becomes, okay, this was really great deco mesh. Now what do I do with it? What?
Robin said, thank you, I will look into your classes. I made one like your fresh egg one, which was one of your favorite ones last year.
Yeah.
And it turned out beautiful, but I have a hard time selling it.
You have a hard time selling it.
You gotta market it.
Yes, marketing it, and then price point. You always gotta do the research and figure out, like this one, we really researched it tonight, knowing that the Sizzle Bunny heads were gonna be hard to come by. They're kind of a rare. To find a particular color, so that could work to your advantage in which you can price it higher. But there's some people, you have to look at their Etsy shop. They might have this wreath price for $122, and then you have to dig a little deeper and go, are they offering free shipping? Because $122 takes that wreath and brings it down to about an $85 price point with free shipping. And that's the one thing you don't want to do. What?
$122 at $25 at max shipping takes it down to about 97.
Yeah. Give or take where it's being shipped, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to look, you have to research the market because you don't want to price too high and then you have your inventory sitting in your shop too long. So you want to be competitive, but you still want to be making a profit without giving everything away.
Hi, Yannette. Sharon Werso says Amazon has the mats for $24.95.
That's good.
And then somebody said they have pink ones now.
Pink mats?
Yeah.
That would be pretty.
Yeah, Kathy Brown said mats are available in pink now.
Wow.
Yeah, but that would kind of be hard on the camera, I think.
Maybe.
If you're making stuff, so.
If you were making a peak wreath, that might be a little distracting.
Yeah.
That's why we go neutral, right? So I've got 2 more. I'm trying to pick these all. They're all over the place. Okay.
Denise asks, can you show us how to make a burlap rose?
Yes, we are going to be doing that, but I think it's going to go in our private group, believe it or not, because Unique in the Creek was a person who came up with a design for how to take deco mesh and kind of manipulate it in such a way that you can create that rose. And when I first purchased her tutorial, I was like, if I figure out a way to break this down and teach it, now that I've watched the video, can I do a live on it? And at the time, because she hadn't done it and put it out on YouTube, the answer was no. It was paid tutorial only. But since then, she has done them on YouTube. So we are going to be doing that with the Unique in the Creek.
Hi Ruth. Hi Connie.
Form.
Hi gals, just joining.
I was trying to think of what I was saying. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So yes, we will be doing that. So in the private group, we generally take it to, we keep it basic, in some regards, but we also incorporate other aspects of doing lantern swags, doing garlands, what else? Flowers. We taught you how to do the Christmas tree, the sunflower wreath that everybody was gaga over. What else did we do? The angel tree toppers, which a ton of people made and sold during Christmas. What else did we do?
So that's interesting. Karen Greben said Pat Catan's is Michael's now. You can check online for whatever you want on Michael's. So
I heard that Michael's bought out some of their suppliers. So look and see. Like if you're purchasing something at Pat Catan's, look at the manufacturer and find out, is it Ashland? And if so, I believe that Michael's bought out the Ashland vendor who was just Michael's only. You couldn't go wholesale regardless of what you had. So they may have sold their brand to Michael's now.
Interesting.
Michael's or whatever. Wherever I was going with that thought.
Robin said, totally agree. She priced out the farm egg one at $60. That's a good price.
It's really good.
Robin, what you might have missed too is maybe your tags. Maybe you didn't put enough tags on it that are getting it out there.
Yeah, that's going to be a key thing.
Don't ask me how I know that. Yeah,
he knows. Because, well, he doesn't do it. He just listens to me complain.
I have done it. I've done it quite a bit.
Not put the key tags in.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so here is our base for our bunny. So we've just added these fun curls. I just call them spring curls. So it's very springy. So we're going to take his head and we're going to show you how to place him. So I am looking for an area where, like, maybe I don't have as much. That's the second time he's gone. Because he's just like sitting on our slick countertop. So when I go to grab him, he slides off.
Yep.
So he does have this little twine piece. So if you pull it back behind his ears and then cut it, on the back, it's just styrofoam. So if you were to punch a hole in here, my concern is if you're pulling it tight, you'll actually pull your wire or your pipe cleaner directly out. So we're actually going to use the twine that's secured, and then I'm going to come back in here right underneath his bow tie, and we're going to secure that into the wreath.
With some floral wire, right?
Potentially floral wire. It might be pipe cleaner. Yeah. I just have to see where I want him to go, and I don't want him to get so lost in here. So
a lot of gals are just talking back and forth about Pat Catan's where they're closing all their stores at and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Sandra said very pretty.
Thank you. So we're trying to keep him situated. So now I'm going to take his...
Rhonda said, you've just proven I need to join the private group.
Oh, well, send me a message and I'll send you the link. I'll make it easy for you rather than attempt to go find it, thanks to Facebook removing the About tab, because that's how I had everything set up. So let me show you what I've done. So when I cut the twine on his head, I'm actually pulled it to the back, and I'm actually going to tie it to 2 rails like we did the pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to take him, and I'm just going to tie this off. Actually, I want it... I don't want it to slide around, so I'm actually going to put it on a crossbar, like where the welds are. So, tie, learn how to tie a bow. So I'm going to hold this, flip this, and make sure he is in there far enough before I just tie him into a knot. So he's in there pretty good. I don't even think
Does that seem a little too high, or is that like a good placement to you?
I like him where he's at.
Okay.
I don't want to go too high because I don't want his ears to extend past this too much, because his ears are bendable, so you can, you can bend one down if you want, have the other one up. So that is some movement that you have. I'm just gonna leave his bow tie there because he's not gonna go anywhere. Look.
Yeah.
He's in there.
He's in. Yeah.
So I'm not going to have to worry about any further stuck with his little bow tie. So what do you guys think so far? Like?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, Patty said, I love the bunny. This wreath is perfect.
The bunny.
The bunny.
I know, right? It's going to start to date you.
Christine said, I love those rabbits, the Sisal type. Yeah, those are cute.
Yeah.
Judy said, where's your favorite place for buying mesh and ribbon?
Craft Outlet. Why? Because they have a huge inventory. Their prices are affordable. The Deco mesh is impeccable. And if you place an order of $69 or more, you get free shipping. And if you ordered today, Friday, you would probably have it by Wednesday or Thursday next week. It comes FedEx. So, okay, ribbon. We're gonna focus on the outside only because I'm gonna save some fun stuff for around his face. I don't wanna take away from his face by putting a bunch of tails and bows around here because I want him to stay focal. So the ribbons that I have cut, I don't even know how I want to do this yet. So we're doing green and white checkered, still keeping with that color.
2.5 inch.
This is 2.5 inch cut to 12 inch pieces, and I've cut 6 because on the outside, remember, we have 12. So I'm doing 6 of the light green and then 6 of this darker green. And this came from Perpetual Ribbons. She is on Etsy. So you can actually buy a lot of ribbon that you can't find anywhere else. Bobby's are really great.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a ribbon. It doesn't exist anywhere else. She generally carries it.
Yeah, she's got really good like specialty ribbon that's hard to find anywhere else.
Exactly. So I am trying to coach her. She needs to just put more of her ribbon samples online so we can see. If we see it, we buy it. That's the way crafters work. So both of those are cut to 12 inch pieces, and then I have the plaid in the green, the yellow, and white. 1.5 inch cut to 14 inch pieces, and then the gingham, yellow and white. This one, because I know you guys are gonna ask me. Let me find it. This one came from Craft Outlet. 2.5 inch should be easy to find, so this would make a perfect ribbon for the orange and potentially the blue. Perpetual ribbon for this one. Craft Outlet for this. And I bought it on, this is a 50-yard spool. So I bought this last year at Easter. I still have a lot left, like a lot left. You can use it for summer, for all your bumblebee wreaths and stuff. And then this was from Hobby Lobby. So again, I'm trying to find a wide variety of different places for you to purchase from. So I'm gonna take one of the 2.5 inch. These are what I call tails. I fold them in half so you can find the center. I'm not gonna open up my ties. I'm just gonna lay this right on the outside. So I'm just gonna go in and alternate the green and white with the solid green. So I'm just gonna go all the way around. So now we'll do this one. Oh, and let me show you how to do dovetail. So dovetail cuts. If you don't already know, most of my people do. So here's your standard regular ribbon. To do a perfect dovetail cut without having to cut in and then cut in, you're gonna fold it in half, put your wired pieces together, and then you're gonna cut from the folded edge to the outside of your wire. And this is where Dollar Tree scissors come in handy, and then that'll give you your perfect dovetail cut. So no more cutting in and cutting in. So I usually have all that done too before we start.
Yeah, Kathy tried going out and going back in. She said, is anyone else blurry? A couple of gals said no, so it could just be her.
Yeah.
Facebook has been having an issue lately with that. This is weird.
Blurry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go around and do these. So I'm going all the way around and only putting them in the outsides.
And if you notice how she does it kind of in like an A shape. Like she bends them out so it's like an A shape.
Upside down.
Upside down V.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just flare them out so that it's adding, I call them like sun rays.
Adds dimension and depth.
Yeah, gives you something to go around the outside. So it's just framing him. So I just come in, right where I pinch it is exactly where I'm taking it, pushing it all the way into the pipe cleaner and giving it like one twist.
Wow, Denise said my order today at Craft Outlet was $129. Mostly ribbon and mesh. Yeah, but you're gonna enjoy it. It's a good.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, okay, that's where I need to start purchasing all my stuff from.
And then Tracy, it looks like she's got a new site. Have you ever tried SimsPotteryInc.com?
I have not purchased directly from them.
They sell wholesale, and you have to have a license to buy.
Right. So, okay, so Sims Pottery is a wholesaler, which means once you get your wholesale license or a seller's permit, it's free to get a seller's permit. All a seller's permit does is, number one, it allows you to go to off-site venues like craft fairs, craft shows, and you have a legal right to sell there, but it also informs your state or county that you're operating an online business or a walk-in, face-to-face, your retail business out of your home. So if you sell nothing in the course of a year, that resale license is just a way for you to get into places like Sims Pottery, or for me, local for us is Shinoda's Design Center. It's like what is it? 600,000 square foot warehouse or something like that.
Yeah, it's big.
I've only gone there once because it's too tempting to overspend.
Yeah.
But no, I have not purchased them from them. But I've heard that they do have a good selection of stuff.
Hi Sharon, hi gals, just coming on. Yep. Denise, no, I don't think so. She said, "Are you going to put those roses in the wreath?" Roses.
Tulips?
Maybe the tulips.
Tulips, yes.
Yeah.
Roses, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do look like mini rosebuds. And you guys are kind of seeing them from a distance, so that's kind of what they look like. So I'm almost all the way around.
It's funny we had. I didn't realize it until now, but even the other bunny wreath, you got the yellow gingham ribbon.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Did not realize that. Yeah. I was like.
That's one bunny she made kind of late spring last year.
Yeah. He was on
adorable.
Michael's. He was on our Michael's shopping trip.
Yeah.
When we went to the Michael's shopping trip, and I was like, oh, I have to buy that bunny.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, when are you going to make a wreath with that bunny you bought? I was like, okay, I guess we're making a wreath of the bunny we bought.
Oh, great. Sharon said, my first step, I acquired my EIN number this week.
Okay, very good. So now you can just go and realize, see, this is part of the business class. Where was I going with that? Every state, county, city, whatever, has their own individual tax requirements. You have to do the research and figure out what that is for you. Just check your local city hall and ask, hey, I'm thinking about, being an Etsy seller online. How do I go about reporting my taxes? Some states are what they call destination or origination states. You pay tax based on either where you're originating or where your product is winding up, your destination. Thankfully for California, we are a destination state. Right. So we only pay taxes on products that
we sell.
I make and stay in the state of California,
right,
which is very few. Most of mine are everywhere else but California. So that's good for me because I only have to report and pay taxes on what I physically sell in the state of California, which is great. Everything else is an exemption. It's a write-off for me. So all my craft supplies plus all of my my sales.
Yep.
So, unless that changes. Never know. Okay, so we have added the bows, the 2.5-inch tails to the outside. So this is what it looks like. Is that being held up right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm considering what else besides adding the half bows. I want to incorporate some of the yellow and the green tulips, but I also have these speckled eggs that Michael's had last year. What was it? When they did 50% off, these were like $2.50 for 14 eggs. But they have these really pretty speckled eggs that kind of ties in that natural look. So some of the tails, I'm going to incorporate some eggs instead of half bows, and then alternate the colors of the tulips And let me look at something really quick. This is what I would do if I was home alone.
Kathy asked, do you like Hobby Lobby mesh? Some crafters say not to buy it.
Depends on what they have.
I like the premium.
Yeah, their premium Deco mesh is good. It really and truly depends. We're gonna have to do a shopping thing again.
Yeah.
And do a live from Hobby Lobby, show you what's there, what's good, what I wouldn't buy. So I cut a sample piece to see if I like some of them to the inside. So I may put a couple pieces in on the sides, like here. So I can add my floral to it. I'm not gonna do one here. Will I do another one? Let me do this one. Did I miss one? Oh no. I think this is my 11-inch piece. Yes. I was like, why do I have this extra piece there? I actually cut 1 to 11 and not 12. So I was like, when I was cutting them together, I was like, well, why is one really short?
Well, that Teresa said to check them out, Sims Pottery.
Yeah?
She said you won't be disappointed.
Okay, I will.
She said quality is very comparable to Craft Outlet.
Awesome. It's always good to have options available. And you saw I just did what I call like a double cut at the same time. I just folded it and then I folded my ribbon and cut it this way so I can do both ends at the same time so I don't have to wait. Trying to decide if I want...
Gail's all shopping? Did I hear shopping?
Shopping? I know. I'm so thankful though that Steve will actually go shopping with me. And he knows now not to panic when he sees the total of my shopping bill. I was like, it's gonna go, it'll sell. Don't worry, it'll sell. Don't stress. So I'm just gonna cut a couple pieces on the inside for my bunny, just so I can add some floral.
Yeah, roots are beautiful. Yeah, it said love it. Diane with a smiley face. Hi, Debbie.
So I'm just doing 4 of them. So one of them, Mr. Bunny, is actually sitting right on top of my pipe cleaner, which is okay. And then I should have another one right here. Yep. So I cut 2 more extra ones. This is why I don't give you materials lists ahead of time, because I don't know. I'm like, well, I can put it out there and say, you just keep all that stuff handy. But then I would hate to tell you go and buy all this stuff if I don't use it. Because I just bring out things of what I think I will use. And we just go from there. Okay.
J. Rice, I got my first Craft Outlet box 2 days ago while I was in love with the Deco mesh. Yeah, it's really good.
Yes, it's very good quality Deco mesh. Okay, so...
Cheryl, the bag of eggs are from Michael's. No?
Yep.
Michael's.
Michael's.
Michael's, yep.
Yeah. Last year. I don't know if Michael's has these. I have not seen, because we just went to Michael's when we did...
The tulip.
Yeah, the purple tulip welcome with the pics. I didn't see these. Didn't mean that they have it. They don't have them. They just might not have had them out yet. Yeah. So let me cut a couple.
Yeah, Kathy, yeah, she did her red wreath a couple weeks ago on a public group, right? And up at Kate's house.
That was the one that the video kind of went.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
It was.
But
doing,
you have.
Yeah. This is kind of what I'm working on right now. So this is what it was. It's the Valentine's Day one. So I'm actually doing this for like, it's home is where the heart is. So I'm doing primitive stuff because primitive is really big. So that's what I was doing before we went live.
Yeah, she just started that one about an hour before we went live.
Exactly.
Hour or two, yeah.
So I might take one of each. I'm kind of just, these are tulips that came from Michael's. So if you guys are doing tulips, Michael's generally has these for about $2. So I'm just looking. I think I might And I'm just going to use my pipe cleaner and I'm going to wire my tulips in and then cut the stems down.
I'm going to put an ask out there to all the gals who are on right now. If you could do me a favor and all share this video, I would greatly appreciate it.
Why?
Yeah. Just, I don't know, just try to get the numbers back up.
Okay.
It's great if all the gals can share. Just give me a thumbs up that y'all shared. Hopefully we'll get some more traffic. And then Debbie said, where do you get your ribbon? Oh, you get it from all over the place.
Yeah, I do everywhere. It's just, you have to search almost high and low to try to find what you're looking for. And I'm just playing with something, and then I'll show you what I did. So, this is real life. Real life wreath creating.
Yeah, the eggs I think are plastic, are they? They're kind of like...
They're plastic.
Darlene said, are the eggs plastic? If yes, then Michael's has them for $3 for 6.
Oh, well these are...
There's more than 6.
There's 14 in here for 5.
Yeah.
So, just depends on when they go on sale.
It's a very light plastic though. It's almost like a paper.
What, the eggs?
Yeah.
No, they're plastic. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you what we've done. You guys can tell me thumbs up or thumbs down. So I'm just trying to open my bows. So.
Thank you, gals. They're all sharing.
Because I don't want to put a ribbon in here. I don't want to put a giant bow in here. So let me show you what we've done. So I'm adding some tulips, green and yellow with, I just took 2 of my half bows and made a bow on top of the green. So I'm just gonna put 2 of those next to his face. So all I did is just you have to take and push your greenery up because your greenery will stay at the bottom, like this one. So you want to push it up, but not too high to knock them off.
Good night, Marisol.
And then I just take them like this, and I actually just secure them in with the pipe cleaner.
Sharon said she visited her daughter and they went shopping at Dollar Tree and found a ton of tulips in white, pink, yellow, and dark pink at Dollar Tree.
Absolutely, you can do that. Our Dollar Tree didn't have any for.
Yeah, our Dollar Tree has kind of been disappointing this year. They had no tulips, right?
No tulips.
Nothing that we've seen so far.
No. Roses are kind of
Yeah.
But, so once I get it in there, then I just cut the stems off. Kind of pull them down a little bit so they're not sticking into the wreath. And
yeah, so many gals, any deco mesh that you put out in the sun, it's gonna fade over time.
It will.
Over a couple of years, it's definitely gonna fade. So, definitely when you sell it, put a little disclaimer on there that, if put out in direct sunlight, it will fade. Try to keep in a covered or shaded door or location.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I've cut my 1.5 inch ribbon to 14 inches because I was gonna do half bows, but to not hide the stems and the Chanel stems, but you can take 2 of your half bows, which is start them about 2 inches down like little chevron awareness ribbons, and then you're gonna put them together like so that you have just a regular bow, but it has double tails. And then I take this and I put this in on top of my tulips. And then give it about 4 or 5 twists. And then go in and snip the ends off. And then open up your bows.
We might just have to go back to Dollar Tree.
Why?
Jadera said, she's right, I just went in there today and picked up tons of tulips in every color.
You guys have to share some pictures of what they look like.
Yeah, do you guys think that they were good quality or were they okay?
Would you keep them or not? Okay, so I'm going to trim this one because it's too close to his ear.
Hi, Wilhelmine. Thanks for sharing, gals. Regina asked, where did you get the ribbon again?
Okay. Craft Outlet, Hobby Lobby, and Perpetual Ribbons on Etsy for And a lot of times, like I said, you just gotta know your resources and don't give up when people say, oh, well, they're sold out. So I don't think...
We don't have a place out here called Real Deals. She said it's kind of similar to the Dollar Tree.
Oh.
And then Cheryl asked, how long did you cut the little bows or the 1.5 inches? 14?
These ones are 14.
14 inches.
Yeah. So now I'm just looking at some raffia. I might come in and add some raffia pieces down on the bottom. Just like so, and I'll come back in and trim that if I need to. So, raffia, Dollar Tree. If you can, save yourself a ton of money. Things I have found at the Dollar Tree so far this year: seashells. Trying to think of what else. Seashells, floral foam. They do have their Easter stuff in stock already.
Wreath forms.
Yes, the wreath forms, pipe cleaners, scissors. If you just keep watching, I try to post something every day that I have found, whether it's on Dollar Tree or Michael's. We're fortunate because we have a Hobby Lobby at Joann's, Michael's, and numerous Dollar Trees up here. So I'm adding some raffia.
Did we even look at Hobby Lobby for tulips?
I have not. I don't know if they sell them in the bunches, because when you buy them at Michael's, you get 8 picks. If you break that,
8 picks per bundle.
8 picks per bundle. Yeah, and I think they were going for like $2. So that becomes affordable. So I'm just gonna do some right here at the very bottom. And then snip my pipe cleaners off. That way I can actually put some eggs on them. And let's see.
Sharon said I was late. Where did the bunny come from? This is from
My
the Wreath
stash.
Shop, but it was from last year, right? I think it was from Wreath Shop from last year.
Actually, according to the tag that was on him, it's Burton & Burton, which is another wholesaler. But Burton & Burton, you have to, their minimum order for the first time is $500. So, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have $500 laying around to start my inventory. So,
that's interesting. Cheryl said she bought the Dollar Tree Hawaiian skirts and used it instead of the raffia, much less of a mess.
that would
You
work.
could cut it up.
Yeah, I guess you could. See, it's interesting learning where
Good tip,
everything
Cheryl.
came from. So I just added a couple raffia pieces, and then I'm gonna come back in and do half bows. I'm obviously going to take the yellow and white and place that on top of my green and white one. Again, I don't open the pipe cleaner, and I'll just put those right on top.
So Dawn, she said earlier you can get the bunnies from either the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet, but they are in limited supply. A lot of the colors are sold out. So.
I think, what did we discover?
Somebody said
Somebody said, yeah,
the
just
blue
orange.
and the orange the blue and the orange were available, I think, at Craft Outlet.
Mm-hmm.
And what was available at Wreath Shop? Just the orange.
Well, I thought it was blue and orange was it.
Oh, okay.
So what I've done is I've just created what's like a little chevron bow. I don't know if you guys can see that, like right here. So I'm just going around and adding some more bows. Obviously where I have the raffia, I'm gonna come back in and add some speckled eggs to those. But as I get higher up, most people aren't gonna look at the top of their wreath, so I'll just put in half bows. You could put tulips in, you know, carry that tulip thing around the bottom, but it would look funny because your tulips are out like this. But you could, I just kept them close to the rabbit's face. And then you're gonna wanna, when you know that you're completely done with your pipe cleaner, you will twist it 4 or 5 times and then cut it off, and then take the remainder of your pipe cleaner So if you have it like this and you've cut it off, you're gonna take it and tuck it behind your ribbon. So that sharp point is now behind the ribbon tail.
So this is the benefit of the private group. Because this is a public group, she's doing the live for you gals. But the material list is only available on the private group.
Yes, for both the public tutorials and the private. Yeah. And then we're gonna work on doing some co-creates at least once a month where, it means I have to like build it first and then tell you how we made it.
Brittany said that her favorite store is AC Moore, much
that
more
one's true
affordable
too.
than Michael's. Yeah, but we don't have AC Moore on the West Coast.
And AC Moore won't sell. Yeah. Some of these like even the Christmas tree shop, that's another one that's on the West Coast or East Coast. Yeah. They don't sell to California. I don't know why.
And that other pottery store, right? The pottery store? One of them.
Is that what it's called?
Something like that, yeah.
Man. Brain fade. Okay.
Wilhelmine, we actually haven't been to Cracker Barrel lately. Our daughter actually quit.
We did. But they didn't have anything.
Yeah.
They really did not have anything. I was really disappointed. It felt like they pulled out last year's inventory of stuff and they had that all back out there. So I was like, there's nothing new.
Oh, thank you, Sharon. It's Carolina Pottery.
Carolina Pottery. Thank you.
And then Deborah says Pottery Outlet.
Oh, there probably is that too.
Yeah.
See, East Coast, you guys have like some amazing places to go. Out here in California, we just have to deal with Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, but then we have Shinoida's Design Center, so that's the West Coast. But supposedly you can order from online from them, and they will ship.
We've done that, Sharon. We bought some of the last year's bunnies that we didn't like the color. Didn't we we took like the bow tie off.
Steve did them.
And redid it, yeah.
Yeah, he pulled the bow ties off and made his own. He's like, I don't like that color bow tie. I want it to match my ribbon. So he cut it off and just used different color ribbon. Yeah, he kind of just tucked it in on top of the existing.
Now they're all Sims pottery, old time pottery.
Yeah, old time pottery is another one.
We have zero pottery. Zero pottery.
We have
stores.
nothing. I'm like, we don't even have anything that uses like pottery, anything, like even that sells pottery. Nothing. Yeah. That's what we have out here. Nothing.
Deborah said Joanne's doesn't have any spring mesh yet, and very few Easter ribbons, nothing special. Yeah.
Well, that saves me a trip to going over to Joanne's.
We also said that they got Sisal Rabbits from Joanne's last year.
Unless it was just like these, the rabbit heads?
Yeah, something like that.
Or was it just the regular, like, because some people take the regular bunnies and, I mean, I've been researching on Pinterest all kinds of different, like, what's trending right now.
Yeah. Sandra said it. My Joanne's had the bunny heads last year. Not sure if they have them this year.
Oh, see? Yeah. So I'm just cutting a bunch of these. So obviously I'm choosing to use more of them than I had planned.
Looking good, Cat.
I'm trying.
Gail said, I'm hoping to get the Christmas tree shop when I go to Boston next month. I will shop for us, Cat.
And that's the great thing about our private group. Oh my God. Okay, that's the one thing that I used to say that I loved the most about our private group is just the sense of community. I mean, I think last year when people were struggling to find ribbon or deco mesh or an embellishment or sign, if they were part of the private group, we networked, we got together as a community and said, okay, so-and-so is looking for this particular beach sign for a custom order. It's only available at Hobby Lobby. Can everyone go to your Hobby Lobby and check and then like come back and report to the person who needs it? Mm-hmm. Hey, I found one, I found two. How many did you need? And that was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
And we have people that are just meeting, meeting together as friends and kind of creating their own.
Marie said I got some bunny heads at AC Moore as well.
Okay, but we don't have AC Moore.
But that's great if you can get them.
There you go. There's another outlet to look for. Okay, so I'm going to make one more, and then I'm going to add another piece of raffia, and then I should be done. And then we're gonna add some eggs and we should be finished. So I'm just toggling my ribbon like I toggled 2.5, just doing what I call half bows. They're just like little chevron awareness ribbons. And I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah, so a half bow is like right here.
Yeah.
It kind of hides the pipe cleaner and it gives some depth in there and it kind of fills the little gap.
Yeah, that was
she puts it in there with over the 12-inch tails.
That was my biggest challenge, I think, when I first started creating wreaths is I called it filling the gap. You'd see people put ribbon tails in there and I'm like, but what is going in the gap? I mean, you can look all the way down into the ribbon. Nobody wants to see that. So what are you going to use to fill the gap?
Mm-hmm.
So we came up with half bows or adding embellishments to your ribbon tails to fill the gap. Okay.
Wow, Peggy said bunny heads are 2 times more than what they were at AC Moore last year. So
really?
They're like double the price. Yeah.
Well, see, that's why you've got to shop. So right now, as a wreath maker, you should be making Easter and spring. Unless you're down in the South, I think I have 1 Mardi Gras wreath in, and that's only because I don't sell in my home market. So not all of my buyers are gonna shop from California. So I do have 1, but that's it. So we'll see how well that does. It'll either be, hey, people buy Mardi Gras or they don't.
Mm-hmm. Renee said, I bought a bunch last year at the end of the season prices, so she's all set for this year regarding the Sisal bunnies. And then
and that's what you want to do. Clearance sale shop.
Sharon said she's all, yes, I needed witch hats and someone sent her 24 last year and she got 12 orders out of it, so that's awesome.
Exactly. So that's the community that I love that we have. And there's people that get together and, you know, they become best friends and they create wreaths together, they get shopping together. You know, some people are very fluent in technology and others aren't. Mm-hmm. So they'll help each other with, you don't know how to do this on social media, well, here, I can help you. Oh, you do this. So they're like forming partnerships out of all that. Okay, so let me crack open my eggs. No pun intended. Just meant I was gonna open them. And I'm gonna look at what colors I like to add to my wreath. So I'm just kind of sticking them in there and looking. So I'll turn it around and show you what I'm seeing so you can see it the same way. I'm just mixing colors. Ooh, should go this one, and maybe green. And that one needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't need 6. Everything in wreath making has to be about odd numbers. Should be about odd numbers. So let me show you what I've done. I've just kind of taken some, can't really like tip it, because if I tip it, they'll fall out. Mm-hmm. But I'm adding like just different colored speckle eggs on top of the raffia. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do, if I like the placement, is I have my glue gun. So, and I use Gorilla Glue because it sets up well and things generally, knock on wood, I have not had anything come back saying my egg fell off.
The Gorilla Glue you can get on Amazon. I think it's like 40 sticks for
something like that. And that's what I need. Yeah. That's weird.
Oh, yeah, been there.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, when I went to pick it up, not much was there. So, generous amount of glue on the butt end of our egg. And then we're just going to come in and tuck those in. I have to cut my pipe cleaner because this is one I wasn't sure. Did I want raffia or not raffia? So remember, in the wreath making community, when you're adding embellishments, odd numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because the eyes are drawn to things that aren't even. Is that right?
Yeah.
Your eyes are drawn to things that are odd. So he needs one. That needs one. Okay, green. Yellow. I was looking for what color I placed on that one because I have an empty one with nothing. So I'm gonna fill in half bow.
Vera says, why do you use Gorilla Glue? Does it hold better?
Yes.
Yes, we have found
As
that
a
it
hot
does.
glue, yeah. Overall, the Sure Bonder glue, Hobby Lobby glue. I'm trying to think of what a Home Depot glue. The Gorilla Glue just sets up really nice. So, and that's the last thing I think you'd want is for something to be delivered and then your eggs fell off. They're sitting in the bottom of the bin.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go with bigger eggs because it's trying to find my opening. There we go.
And it's not so much when you actually have the wreath out because it's an Easter wreath, so it's gonna not be out in the hot temperatures. But it's kind of more for when you have to store these wreaths
and pull it out
and
for
pull
next
it
year.
out for next year. We see the Gorilla Glue holds up better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, this one, and then I have one more, and then we're done. See, now I knew I needed it.
I don't think, have we seen Gorilla Glue at Hobby Lobby?
Mm-mm.
No. We normally get it from Amazon.
You found it somewhere once,
Maybe
and that's
Lowe's.
where you bought it.
Maybe Lowe's.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, bigger one. So these eggs will come in handy for everything you need from
Sharon says just got the glue at Walmart. Gorilla Glue at
Gorilla
Walmart.
Glue?
Yeah.
I will have to check that.
Yep.
We'll have to check prices.
Thanks, Sharon. Angela says Walmart has it too, so there you go. And Patty said Joann's has it. I haven't seen it at Joann's ever.
Maybe we just don't look in that section.
We might not.
Okay, so let me make sure.
Peggy says Walmart has it too.
I think I had one in
All
here.
right, that's cemented. Walmart has it.
Walmart has it. Well, and while you're at Walmart, check for your, they have grapevine wreaths. They have other wire wreath frames if you want something bigger than the 14-inch. I think Dollar Tree has the market on 14-inch. I don't think anybody else can sell a 14-inch frame. I think they've cornered that one. So let me show you what we've done. It's all done. I was
There's
just
a lot of
making
gals
sure.
commenting. Vera said, is there a certain brand of glue guns that are better than others?
I just bought,
Sure Bonder. This is really kind of one of the main ones.
this one isn't. This was Hobby Lobby $6 glue gun, and I've used it all year.
Yeah.
But I just bought a cordless glue gun, and I was going to use it today, but
Haven't used it yet.
I haven't used it yet. So let me show you what it looks like. What do you guys think?
Pick it up just a touch more. Yeah, there you go. It's cute.
Okay, that needs to get cut. Like so.
Yep.
I'm like, I see the little pieces hanging off.
You can fluff. There's like a couple little bare spots or something. You can just fluff. Yeah.
Well, let me put them on the door so that I can see.
Bring this one over here so we can see it. Yeah. I'll just trade you.
Okay, so let me get this one up. So, it's not that he has bald spots, this is just his ribbon, babe. This is his bow. And there went my egg. Hey!
Maybe missed one.
No, I just didn't let it sit long enough. I'll re-glue this one when I'm back. Here's the last one I glued in, which went right here. So I'll be holding this for a second until it sets so it doesn't fall off after I just said that. So what do you guys think? Yay, nay? Like I said, you can make his ears do whatever you want, but That's it. He's just a natural spring bunny. You don't have to put the eggs in. If you don't put the eggs in, it could be a spring rabbit. You could put butterflies in it. And that's what I add.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Trying to make sure that just sets. So, any questions you guys have on spring bunny wreath?
Diane said beautiful. Patty said my green loving ladies would love this. Sue said view looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I made the tulip wreath that you taught the other day. It turned out pretty. My husband and family loved it. It was nice to do a spring wreath. Everyone in Michigan can't wait until spring. It's so cold.
That's so nice.
Thank you for sharing and teaching.
Awesome. Okay. So, any other questions I can add or answer for you on spring bunny wreath?
Darlene said the rabbit on the grapevine reminds me of Beatrice Potter's rabbits.
It does. Yeah. That's what people were saying last year. So he came from Michael's last year, along with like the little carrots and the butterflies. The flowers all came from Michael's. I think this was a Michael's inspired wreath, except for this ribbon. Because I think even the green gingham ribbon was Michael's last year. So just showing you what you can do from your local craft stores instead of having to buy from big box online retailers.
Oh, God, so love it. Sharon said, do you think you can use an open weave wreath with tulips? Open weave.
I'm trying to think.
Is that like the open weave that we got for that one? Is that called an open weave?
Like a grapevine? You mean like do tulips on a grapevine? Is that what you're referring to on the open weave? I haven't heard that term. So I'd have to go Google search the term and then I'd be like, oh, it means this.
Marianne said, where did you get the Sisal bunnies? You can get them at Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop, but supplies are limited. They're going fast. A lot of it's sold out.
So what, just orange and blue? I think
orange and blue.
Orange and blue is what we're being told is.
Oh yeah, a couple. Yeah, well, I think it was Sharon earlier. What would you price point that
at? 85. And here's the reason. Everybody else is selling them for what was it? 111 to 130. Okay. And no, shipping is not included. Those are whatever the normal price is. And then we looked up shipping for us, and I think it was $25 to ship.
It's a sure binder. The cordless one is a sure binder.
Because I bought this off of Amazon.
Yeah.
I think. No. Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Yep.
Yeah. So there is a cordless glue gun. So we've got to start figuring this out and making this work too. It has a cord, and you can go cordless.
So sure binder.
Yep. Yeah, but this is only a high temp. So
gotcha.
The one thing that if you're doing a lot of close work like with floral and you're likely to burn yourself on a glue gun, get a dual temp and then just put it on low. Because most of the time, yes, you can still get burnt, but the temperature of the glue coming out on low should be okay to not sustain a horrible burn from. If you have it on high, that's generally where it comes from. So anything else you guys have questions on that I can answer?
Sharon, believe it or not, it's not as big as you think. That should easily fit in a 24-inch box.
Yep, believe it or not.
It's probably 24 to 26, but it'll fit.
Yeah, it really and truly, it looks massive because when you put it on the door, we do it for scale so that you can see what this looks like.
It's a 36-inch door, and there's probably 4 to 6 inches on either side. So
I will tell you.
Probably 26.
Because this mat goes to, well, it's 24 from top to bottom.
It goes 36.
So what? From top to bottom is 24.
Yeah.
Sideways is 36. But we can take him down and measure. I think I have him at 26 inches is what it generally comes out to. And he fits within the dimensions of my mat. So he, believe it or not, is no greater than 24 inches in diameter.
Yep.
His height is probably going to be about 6.5, maybe.
Yeah.
I think.
Probably
I know last year I had a problem because his nose on a 4-inch box was sitting on the cardboard shipping boxes. So now shipping a 6-inch box is the same cost. believe it or not.
Linda said, did you use your coupon for the glue gun? Patty said, I got a
40%
cordless and didn't do well with it, so
I'm gonna have to try it.
we'll try it. Yeah.
We're just experimenting. Just like people ask, do you spray your wreath to prevent fraying? No, because we cut it with the wood burning tool. And if you look, the only thing that I have swept up is pieces of my ribbon and my raffia. There is no Deco mesh fray here at all. So it helps keep it.
But then Judy said I have one of those and love it, so we'll see.
Yeah, well,
Just
see,
depends.
you gotta sample it, right? That's what we're doing. Is we're even in the public group, we're taking a lot of the wreath ideas that people find, and we're breaking it down and trying to figure out, does it work or not? So yes, we will be working on a lot of stuff. What am I making? Next Friday, we're doing wreath making on a budget. So I'll get a materials list out to you the beginning of next week. So you can either buy your supplies at Dollar Tree or Walmart. So it's keeping it low cost, but still showing you how to do it. We did that at Halloween. What did we do? We made a wreath out of $15.
12, I think.
12 or $15 in materials. Turned around and sold it before the live went off for $45. So it just shows you.
Sharon said, what size mesh?
Mesh for what?
Are you?
Here?
Yeah, this is all 10-inch mesh. Sharon,
And
but for the one coming up,
no mesh.
no mesh. No
No
mesh?
mesh. No mesh. I'm just gonna let it be a secret until the materials list come out. So yeah, it will be no mesh. So anyone who has a Walmart or Dollar Tree, you'll be set because you can find the supplies in both, or a Target.
Rennie said, I've never seen someone with the wood burning tool. Have you ever shown that before? Yes, in the public group, you've done it before.
Yeah, if you look up the April Showers wreath,
From last year.
we did a wood burning demo in there. But well, next week we're not doing Deco mesh, but I'll try to incorporate something in the wreath after that. If we're doing a Deco mesh wreath, we'll do like what I was telling you at the beginning of the video, like do a 30-minute prep. So I'm gonna go live, so it won't be like all staged. It'll be like, this is me cutting and prepping the materials for the live that's coming up. So you can watch how we're cutting or prepping, sous chefing.
Sharon said, how many for bunny on mesh?
I'm lost on that comment. I think he's going back and rereading your comment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. The whole thing for the mesh, it was 15-inch pieces on every single one pipe cleaner. So that's 18, and then there
You'll
was
need 18 green and
18
yellow.
green and 18 yellow, and those were cut to 10 inches.
Yep. See, you got good recap.
I think that's what you're talking about, Sharon, right?
Maybe.
Mesh, how much?
So, materials list will be coming for the private group people. Give me until tomorrow to get that posted, and then you'll have all the materials list for making this guy, so that you know when you're cutting your ribbons, how long it is, how many of each Deco mesh. Obviously, you don't have an idea of what it's going to look like until you create it, and that's why it's really hard for me to do materials lists. Like, can you tell us what all we need to buy, and we'll go online at Craft Outlet. I find it's really difficult because not everyone can afford Craft Outlet. So if we do a co-create where I tell you ahead of time, you can purchase from stuff like Target or Walmart and stuff like that, and I'll show you how you can keep your costs low but still turn out a great quality product. And still looking for innovative ways to make things without doing the same wreath, and you're just changing out your embellishments or your ribbons. Different techniques, different methods.
Sharon, she didn't even use one roll of each color on this.
No, these were all leftovers. I had these all open.
Yeah.
So I didn't even, the green I did because I think the green was more like this. But I ran it all the way to the end. But this is how much I had left. So, yep. Okay. Well, I will see private group people on Sunday. What are we making on Sunday? I don't know yet.
I don't know.
I never know. I'm supposed to know, but I haven't put the thought process in. I'll have to go dig through my Easter bins and spring bins and see what we do. And the what?
Not gonna do a rag wreath?
No, everyone knows how to do the rag wreath. But we've shown you every single technique to put a rag wreath together. So I will be working on doing a rag wreath for, I think we've done one in the public, but we didn't teach you this technique, which is just loop and sweep. Yeah. So in this one, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Where's the thing? Is it over here?
I think so.
Yeah. So look, this is what it's going to be like. Because I actually found the sign, and then I was like, oh. So this just says home is where you hang your heart. So this is actually going to go inside our rag wreath so that you can put this up in your home anytime. Yeah. So just, it's finding little things like this and going, oh, hey, clearance, 50 cents, 75 cents. And then going, oh, I have heart-shaped wreath frames from Dollar Tree that you can go and get right now for $1. And then if you have tons of material like we do, you just cut them all up and you make something amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be finishing that tonight. Have a
great weekend. Cynthia, she said, hey guys, how are y'all? You can obviously watch the repost or the replay.
Where we make this. Yeah. We'll show you how to make that.
Karen said, how about a rag bow?
A rag bow, I know. I'm trying to get my hands on some lace. So Caitlin was saying I could take her old wedding dress and cut it all up and do a, what do they call it? Shabby chic rag bows is what someone wanted to make. So yeah, we'll be looking at doing all that stuff.
Sharon said, have you done tulip wreath on a heart wreath or tulip on a heart wreath?
I have not, but there's a really cool idea. If you guys want to totally take private group people or anyone who's watched the tutorial video, do an awareness ribbon. I found one on Pinterest, yeah. If you just take your tulips and just follow your tulips all the way around an awareness ribbon and change the color of your tulips to replicate whatever breast, like if you're doing pink, you can do breast cancer, or teal you can do for ovarian cancer. So you can just, those of you that have the awareness ribbon and can't figure out how to do deco mesh, throw down some tulips and zip tie those suckers on there and make yourself a great wreath. Yeah. So awesome. Okay. All right, no other questions?
No, a couple other gals also said yes, big rag bows.
Okay, yes, I'm gonna look for that. I've got to go dig out my materials now. Okay. All right, everyone, we'll have a great week. I will talk to you later. Those of you that are interested in signing up on my private group, message me and I'll just send you the link. It's so much easier than trying to find out where Facebook hid it now. And I'll just send you the link. You can sign up. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. Talk to you soon.